Hello, greetings and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in with me, and please, if you have not yet already, subscribe, like, share, comment, and yeah, I have so much love. Here it is, giving it to you. Anyways, I'm here to kind of just do another full moon update for this past Hunter's Moon that we've had just yesterday, October 13th, Sunday. Wow, this moon was incredible. It's just so like quantum leaps, quantum bounds. I heard a quote that said this moon is because I believe it's an Aries moon, and that Aries is a fire sign. So it's burning through all of those things that are not for you, which is a beautiful thing, because if some people have had trouble trying to get certain habits and things out of their life that is just no longer serving them, it's just not good for them, this moon is for you. This moon is for everyone who's just like trying to put down bad habits and just do things that are better for themselves, because this moon is helping us be like, you know what, like it just kind of like a light flicked on in your head and you're like, yeah, I'm not into this anymore, I'm done, just stop. Like, you don't even have to do an explanation, you don't have to make a pretty exit, you don't have to, tell everyone, you just do it, and it's for you, and it's so beautiful. So I'm gonna get right into it. So I'm just gonna kind of go from there. So for me personally, and what I've noticed a lot with people is that they have been giving up things that are not good for them, no matter what it is. It could be big or small. It depends on you individually. It depends on you and who you are and where you are in your, sorry, I just dropped my water, and where you are in your journey, and how big of changes are you comfortable making. So yeah, it looks different for everyone. For me, what it looked like was basically it was basically like a realization, like, okay, I have so many people in my life and I'm trying to figure out what to do with them. I'm trying to see what category to put them in. And like at this point, when it came up for me, it was like I was over it, because a lot of things that have gone on in my life and my mom's and my grandma, like my ascendants before me, is, I have a mixture. I have one grandma who was just like, I want to do what I want to do. My other grandma was like that too, but my mom was a lot like, she was just like a people pleaser. She just really like put everyone before herself, and she kind of raised me to be the same way. She didn't ever, really impress that I'm supposed to come first a lot of the time and to make sure that my cup is full. And she kind of lacked that knowing and that skill for herself, which spilled over obviously into my life a whole lot. So I've just been having all of these emotions of just like, you know what, no, like, people dealing with me how they want to deal with me. You got to understand when you're trying to categorize people in your life, what they mean to you, how the relationship feeds you and makes you feel. If you leave a situation or some type of interaction where you always feel drained, you always feel confused and just like, ugh. Yeah, like honestly, like you could just go ahead and like deal with that how you want. For me personally, I just drop it. Like I'm very much so a detached person. Though I'm a woman and I'm creative and loving and emotional, I'm very much so logical, and I'm very much so detached to emotion a lot of the time. Like when I feel it, it goes deep, but when I don't want to feel it, I don't allow myself and I block it out, especially when I'm making a logical decision. So I've been making a lot of logical decisions with my interactions, and the only friends that I've chosen to keep are mostly new friends, maybe a couple from high school, but that's beside the point. But I've kept them for this reason and this reason alone. They make me happy when I hear from them. They teach me things that I didn't know before. We could talk about anything. I feel like I could be myself with them. I feel peaceful in their presence. I feel like there's no hiding or pretending in their presence. And that's so important for me. That's like the biggest thing that I need out of relationships. And the reason I said in another video that I'm very consistent as a friend, but I don't get to express that that longevity and that commitment and that loyalty for a long period of time, because people, you know, it's not always their fault. They don't know, but sometimes since they're not being their self, they kind of make you feel weird for being yourself. Like if you be yourself a little bit, they'll make fun of you, or they'll like make you feel weird, or you know, whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I probably, you know, had my moments where I've done something, you know, unsavory to someone, or you know, but that just goes to show who you're meant to hang around with. And for me, I don't care how you are. I don't care if you're ratchet, if you're chill, if you're reserved, if you're big, if you're small, I don't care, as long as you are yourself fully, or you're trying to be, or whatever that looks like, and you're in that right, I can be the same in your presence. Romantically, I always have a lot of I don't want to say callers. I sound like a y'all. That's how y'all know my soul is old. I'm about to say I have a lot of suitors, a lot of callers, but that's kind of how my dad talked to me anyway. He talked to me about romance and like relationships, but yeah. With that being said, I had to say like, okay, I know the guys who are interested in me, or the girls, or whoever, and this is how I'm gonna deal with them. Like this is we're gonna be on a very friendly, open communication basis, like just some regular friendship, and obviously you let that develop however it's meant to, if it's meant to, and that's that. Other people who are trying to like do these drop-ins in my life, and drop in and, oh hey, I'm just checking on you, or however people do, like sometimes you really got to cut that shit off. Like, look, okay, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I'm good, because it just makes me feel a little fuzzy emotionally, especially when I really care for certain individuals. I have two people specifically that I care so much about. Three people really. One person, and these were, I put them in a category together because these people I feel deep love towards. Like at some point it was probably romantic, but now it's like fully like a divine love and caring. One person I choose not to have any contact with because our situation was that, like, it was that, it was just too, it was too much, and it was too hard to figure out, and there was too many emotions involved. So we don't have any contact, but I steadily, you know, just think good thoughts about them. I have great memories about them, and I've forgiven everyone in this equation, these three people, and you know, it's nothing but divine love, like honestly. And the other person, we never really had much contact at all. But I constantly send them love and strength because I know that they're in a position where they need it, because they have a lot of responsibility and expectations, and you know, yeah. And the other person, we don't speak because they feel like they need to have a lot of boundaries toward me because, you know, for their own personal reasons I won't get into, but I can't have anyone like dropping in, and that person doesn't like me dropping in on them either, so we just don't do it anymore. But I definitely send, you know, you can always have the best thoughts and the best intentions, and making sure that you are whole in yourself from these relationships like that, you know, whether that's forgiving a person truly and moving on, and you know, seeing everything from different perspectives as you grow, because we all learn from people and they're in our lives for a reason, essentially. So, okay, done with all of that relationships and categorizing stuff. We've beat that with a dead horse. I said beat that with a dead horse. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but yeah, from that, what else is awesome with this full moon? Oh my God, the deep, deep realization and of self. Whoa, that's honestly my favorite part of the energy of this full moon, because not only am I really just going so deep within myself, it's like, wow, Jesus Christ, I am just, it's like every day it's just a new level of deep divine love for myself and like wholeness. Like, wow, I could spend eternity with myself without a problem because I'm sure of me. I'm sure what I like. I'm sure what, it's just a sureness, and it's just a confidence and acceptance of, you know, the dark and the light, and that whole integration of that. And it's wonderful. So if you're not there yet, I just want to let you know when you get there, it's going to be so life-changing. I promise. I promise. And that's been excellent for me. I've learned things about myself that are just like, wow, you are something else, girl. And I already knew I was something else, but it's like Jesus, I am really something. Oh, one thing that I've been just getting a hold of for the past few days is how much of a scientist I am. Like, I am literally a scientist. When I was a kid, I would literally tell, like, what do you want to become? It was always like a doctor or something of that sort. But sometimes I would just flat out say, you know what, I just want to be a scientist, because, like, I am so into science. I'm really much so into quantum physics and just anything having to do with science, down to like biology and geography and natural science and all of that stuff. It's just, it's like I could talk about it all day, and every time I learn something new, it's like dopamine blasts in my freaking brain, and it's amazing. So I've been getting a lot into science again lately because I just love it. It never really went anywhere, but I've been diving back deep into my passions and what I love, and those are the things I love. Just simple pleasures, simple hobbies, learning, and yeah, sharing those things with people that I know. It's just so nice. So yeah, you're gonna go deep within yourself. You're gonna see things that you don't like. I'll share something I don't like. Oh, I just learned about myself, and these are just examples. I really don't like talking about myself so much. I wish you guys would interact with me more so I can know about you and how we're alike and how we're different, because I love perspective. I just love when people talk to me passionately about the things that they believe in. I'm not one of those people who feel like, oh, they're trying to make me believe in what they... No, I love that. It's like, tell me what you care about. Let's go back and forth about what we care about, and let's have it be beautiful. Now, if you get mad because I don't agree, that's a whole nother thing. We ain't doing that. This is an open, party here. But one thing I learned about myself that I don't necessarily like is that I am naturally an introvert. I just came to peace with this. I've always wanted to be an extrovert. I've always wanted to be one of those people that just, everywhere they go. But it's crazy because a part of me is that way, but only when I'm in a space that feels comfortable and grounded and magical to me. If the space does not feel that way to me, I become withdrawn. Like, I just went to a LA Fashion Week event and I looked stunning. I dressed myself. I was ready to talk about it if anyone had any questions about my inspiration for like dressing, and, just like preparing myself for possible networking things, because I've learned that I have to like prepare for networking. I'm not just great at it right off the bat. But I got there and everyone was, oh, you look beautiful. Like, they thought I was on the VIP list, but I wasn't. I was GA. But no one really talked. People just kind of looked at each other, and it wasn't warm or friendly. It doesn't even matter about the details. The overall vibe of the event did not feel like a magic. There was not a magic to it, because maybe it's also because I'm just like feeling a certain way towards consumerism. Like, don't get me wrong, these clothes are beautiful. The designers are wonderful and creative. And this is a very, elegant, upscale event. But, talk about, I just need something more important to be a part of this. Like, that's just me personally. I'm not forcing that on anyone else. If it's about fashion, it's about fashion. Like, have fun, girl. But if I'm not the one being VIP or like celebrated or a part of that group, and I'm like, I put some money into this or something, I don't really care to be a part. Also, I just need it to feel like it's about something bigger. And that's just me personally. I'm always needing something more. Like, I'm not very superficial. But yeah, I'm very introverted. I'm picky as hell about who I talk to and who I surround myself with, so I get kind of weird when I find someone who I think they're so cool and I really want to be friends with them and I really want to talk to them and have a connection. I get really weird and I get kind of like forward and a little overwhelmed. My energy is usually pretty overwhelming to that person, and I'm learning how to control myself a whole lot more. But I've learned that's why I'm that way, because I find gyms and I'm like, oh, gym, I'm a gym, you're a gym, I'm a gym. Like, let's be gyms together. Like, let's vibe. Everyone doesn't feel that way because they're an introvert like me, but it's like when I get to someone who I recognize that in and I see that in, it's like, let's be cool. But you gotta let that unravel, and that's cool with me. You know what I'm saying? I just like to get a gym and, kind of like a Pokemon. I want to catch you in my ball and just like have you and like call on you when I want to interact with you. So yeah, that's me. And that's what I've been learning about myself. That's one of the things from my dark night of the soul, I guess, just learning, my worth and accepting it and accepting that I am worthy of so much. Like, I deserve so much things, not just materials, but like the free things. Like, I deserve attention. I deserve people being attentive to me and interested and loyal. And big thing, consistency has been my big thing all month. I deserve that. So yeah, I'm introverted. I'm not easily impressed or like, a whole lot of people right off the bat. And I felt bad about that because I'm such a saint. Being a Virgo, you kind of got that saint attitude going on. And, you feel bad when you feel something that is like, when you feel parts of your dark side peeking out. You feel bad because you're like, ooh, honey, if you just knew what I thought in my head. But it's like, fuck it. Like, that's how I feel. So that's how it is, So I've learned to accept that about myself. I'm picky, and that's okay. If you are picky, be picky, honey. It's better that than just accepting any old thing, But I try to balance that out with being very much so accepting of others, accepting of them. And I try to let people know in every way, look, please don't feel insecure about how firm I am and understanding I am in myself. I understand you and I accept you. I don't care what you like. I don't care if you just, everything about you is worldly and superficial. Like, that's awesome because that's just who you are. And something about you is so important here in this world, especially if you're just a beam of just like glowing light. And that light could be emanating from a dark place, no matter where it's coming from. If I feel so much good energy from you, I like you. I don't mind you being around me, especially if you make me feel at peace with help me to stay feeling at peace with myself, But yeah, like, everyone to each his own. Do you, I just know what I'm doing and what I'm, constantly working to do in life. So that's another thing, just diving deep within yourself and accepting those good and bad things about yourself that you didn't necessarily want to let out before. You got to shine a light on those hidden dark places within yourself so that you can illuminate them and transmute them into working with you instead of feeling guilty or regretful about something that you think or how you feel naturally. It's like, well, that's just how it is. For me, I always go back to, shoot, I'm a human. I'm in a human body right now. I got eternity to be this big, godly, presence. I am that now, but it's like, as a human in this body, I'm allowed to make mistakes. I feel like I can make mistakes even, when I ascend, when I transcend into the next life. But now it's like, I'm here and I'm not supposed to be perfect. And so, you really got to work with yourself and just say, look, it's all right. I had to do a lot of that. And I think I had a lot of friends that I've lost in the past or who've lost me in the past. That's something that I feel like I've kind of collected from a lot of people. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. I hate talking about myself so much, but I'll go ahead and leave off with talking about the collective a little bit before I end this video. But a lot of people, I think right now, for the next couple months, are going to be going through this thing where you pretty much feel like you are nothing that you're trying to do is exactly going your way. If you have something and you're like, this is exactly how I need it to go, this is a time in the next few months that the universe is going to kind of put you in your place and say, look, it's all right. Surrender. The biggest word for the next few months is also surrender. Release and surrender. Release everything that you got. Make yourself as light as possible. Then surrender to the energies of the universe. Let the universe carry you and guide you, because the purpose of this is letting you know, like, everything is not fully in your control. It's just not. You have to balance it out. You do some things, and then sometimes and then you also, when you're done doing you let the universe, you're like, okay, universe, I trust you. You got this. And the universe is going to take you on a ride. And it's crazy because the ride might be scary, but without you surrendering to that ride, you might not get the things that you need for yourself on the way, Sometimes you get the specialist things when you are going through like complete darkness, when you're totally blinded by what's happening. Sometimes we get in our own way of our blessings and the beauty that's due to us because we're so ready to control something. So that's another thing that's going to be a big theme for us all at this time. And I'm actually really excited about it because I'm someone who is like naturally just like, I got a plan, let's do it. But I'm also very carefree. Like, I know Virgos get a bad rap. We like want to control everything because we do have a really good way of controlling things. However, I don't. I've really grown to be so adventurous and so laissez-faire. Like, I just love letting things just kind of pan out. I love watching magic just unfold. especially when I can feel it coming before it happens. It's like, whoo, take me now, universe, take me now. So I'm so excited to just like, put in the effort where I know that I'm supposed to, and then just let the universe just wow me because I deserve it. I'm so blessed, and I'm so happy to get over that emotion that like, oh, I shouldn't expect so much. I should just be of help and be of purpose. And even though that's true, I should be of help. I should be of purpose. I deserve so much beauty on that path. I deserve so much love and beauty and abundance and bright flourishing energy. That's what I want. That's what I want. And I deserve all of that on this path because I just do, you do. We all do, especially if we're really trying to get ourselves to a higher place for the greater good. You deserve it, you deserve it. And if you recognize that and you open yourself up to receiving, you will receive. The universe wants to love on you and wants to give you so much amazing things. The universe knows you best. So if the universe knows that you like little, like, I don't know, like little cakes with sprinkles and whipped cream, like the universe is gonna like have somebody randomly in the week when you're probably feeling your worst come in and say, oh, I got these little desserts. Do you want one? I have just one more. And then you'll be like, how did you know? How did you know? And it's just like, those are the moments you give all that gratitude up into the sky. Like, wow, the universe got you. It got you in the most beautiful, deep, and intimate ways. It is your most intimate and trusting friend. It is you and all the essence. It is everyone and all the essence of us. So I just wanted to share that. Those are my 3 points. So, just to wrap it on up, categorize your relationships. Figure out your relationships are like so important, and figuring all that out is so important because they influence us so much, and then going deep within yourself, accepting things about yourself is so important. So just please spend time doing that. I hope you consider that. And lastly, just understand that sometimes you have to take the reins, and sometimes you just put it on autopilot. Sometimes you ride it, you whip it, boom, boop, boop. Sometimes you put that thing on autopilot and just let it go and wow you. Y'all know I'm going to say I'm so blessed. I'm so happy. I'm so blessed, honey. Ain't a thing that I want for, because everything I want, I got. And me is my favorite thing that I have, because your girl is just... Y'all, I'm fly and I love myself, and I just love sharing that with y'all. So y'all can get in the habit of like really, even if you have to fake it till you make it. I think I had to do that for a period of time. If you have to fake tell yourself, I love you, girl, you so awesome. Like, you might feel silly saying it because you don't fully believe it. But at some point, when you just keep saying it like that, it's gonna, it's magic. It's going to transform, and before you know it, you're going to truly be in love with yourself. Like, damn, I wish I could marry myself, like legitimately. Talk to myself and talk to and I do that. Already. I literally have intimate conversations with myself, whether I'm writing in my journal or speaking out loud. And it's like, that's intimacy. It's not just taking yourself out and pampering yourself. It's intimacy, trust of the self. Whoa, that's some powerful stuff. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I love y'all so much. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, comment, share, join me, interact with me. I love you. I want to love on you, and I want you to love on me. So let's do this. We all we got. Have a great day. And yeah, see y'all later on the next one. Peace.
Me, I'm tight.